So I'm Morgan Knowles, VP of Investor Relations with Arizona Metals, and I'm joined today with Duncan Middlemiss, President and CEO of Arizona Metals. And I just have a few questions for you today, Duncan.
Great, thanks very much, Morgan. Yeah, let's
Great. So
get
my
into
first
it.
question is, what drew you to Arizona Metals at this stage of your career?
Oh, I was really wowed by the nature of the deposit. It's a nice underground compact deposit, high grade. Yeah, no, that definitely was right up my alley. I would say I do prefer underground mining, and high grade is certainly something you should never say no to. So.
Great. Second question, how does the KMine project compare to other projects you've worked on?
Well, I've been mostly a gold miner throughout my career. So really my most recent experience, I would have to say, is the Eagle Mine at Westone. Eagle Mine is narrow vein, but it is high grade and really ramp access, sub levels, blast hole stoping, delayed backfill. So there are a lot of similarities in that. What I really see for this deposit, it's very amenable to really efficient mining. So we look forward to that and uncovering that in the upcoming PEA.
Great. So as a mining engineer, what unique strength do you believe you bring to the company as we enter our next phase here?
I think my love right now is developing, things from a very explorationist stage on towards production. This is definitely on the pathway for that. I think that a year ago when both Jacques and I became familiar with the company, we knew that definitely we needed to get a mineral resource estimate out. We knew had to get a PEA out, followed up with whatever study is relevant. But we definitely had to put some parameters around this. It's a worthy deposit. It really just needs to understand the economics, understand the geology, where the gaps might be, and how we can fill them in.
So you mentioned, we did recently announce an MRE at Kay Mine, and that was a major milestone for the company.
Absolutely.
In your view, what are the key takeaways for investors?
Oh, I think number one, the deposit is expandable. I mean, like any mineral resource estimate, it's it's going to change with the next hole. There's no doubt about that. What we see along strike here is that really the deposit on the south side ends in high grade. So I think that once we complete our northern exploration on the Kay property, we're likely to come back and start to do some exploration holes in around the south. There's still some good potential at north, and of course at depth. We did have issues, trying to get that deep. We were trying to, get something down around 1,250, 1,300 meters. That's a long hole. We encountered difficulties with ground in that. So I just think that, our best bang for the buck at this point is to look at the strike expansion of that deposit. And, the fact that it is high grade, it's almost 3.2% copper EQ in the indicated portion. So really quite a nice deposit.
So you mentioned room for infill expansion. Can we expect this before the PEA?
It would not be included in the PEA. I think what we see now, the block model is the block model that G Mining Services, who is doing the PEA, is working with right now. So the block model provided to them by SGS Canada will be the one. Just to let you know about the process, I mean, when G Mining takes on a project, they really like to understand, what's the block model look like? Do we think it's an aggressive MRE, or is it, kind of down the fairway? And they, essentially gave their approval to the process. So that was good.
That's great. G Mining's a big name, so we're fortunate to have them working on our project.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were there any surprises in the MRE, positive, negative, compared to internal expectations?
I would say internal expectations. I think the grade performed better than I thought. In terms of volume and tonnage, I was not surprised by that whatsoever. Really what had been outlined to everybody was about a 900 meter depth, about perhaps 100 meters wide, and maybe 40, 50 meters in the center kind of thing. So nice tabular ore body, and really, by using those parameters to figure out volume and tonnage, is as per expectations, I would say. But again, expandable, definitely. So it's good. It's a good starting point.
Great. And what are the next steps to further de-risk or expand this resource, and how soon might we see some of these updates?
Well, I think really the PEA is going to be the major milestone, Morgan. I think that's a very important study that we're undertaking right now. Obviously, it's going to fill in a lot of the blanks that the properties had, like what would be the potential capital cost, what's the return on investment, what's the mining rate, all sorts of things that G mining is going to inform us with, metallurgical, environmental, things like that. So really, we likely are not going to release studies along the way. It'll all be a part of the PEA, which is due out in December.
Great. So we're remaining on track for December. And from now until then, what else can we expect news flow wise? I know we've got some drilling results hopefully coming out at the end of the summer here.
Yeah, so right now we've embarked on our Kay project exploration, which is really trying to unlock the value up in the northern limbs. So Dave Smith, our Vice President of Exploration, has really got three very prospective areas. So one's directly north of the Kay. It's where the limbs fold over, so a really prospective area. One is more in the central part of the property, we call more central, and then we've got the northwest. So really, we're all set to do exploration there. We're ongoing right now on both North Central and North Kay, and so we likely would have assays back early August.
Great, and I know we're excited about Sugarloaf drilling. We'll begin there momentarily, and we'll have ongoing results from that asset as well. So lots of news flow now until the end of the year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Though we're excited about that. Really, you look at Sugarloaf, and it's a historic resource of 1.5 million ounces, and very expandable. I think along strike. I mean, it would be open pitable, so definitely, as opposed to going to depth, let's try to expand it along strike. And let's see what happens, but we're going to start there with an initial 5,000 meters of reverse circulation drilling, and we'll see how those results go, and then we can expand the program.
Great. Well, Duncan, thank you for your time as always, and I appreciate your insights.
Oh, thanks, Morgan.